the silence is over, and the purple ocean is rising. As BTS conquers the globe in 2026, the hype isn't just about music, it's about ticket prices that shatter every industry standard. Is your city the one where fans choose between a front row seat and a house down payment? Which stadiums are the epicenter of this financial storm? Are you ready for the true cost of a legend's return? Let's count down the 8 US cities where the 2026 tour is a luxury phenomenon that will leave your jaw on the floor. Number 8. The Leader's Legacy, Chicago's Windy Soldier Field. Chicago, a city where the wind whispers stories of resilience and the skyscrapers touch the clouds, is the starting point of our journey into the most expensive tour of 2026. This isn't just any stop. It's Soldier Field, the very place where RM once delivered a speech so moving, it's etched into the hearts of millions. But in 2026, the cost of witnessing that leadership in person has reached heights that would make even the boldest investors blink. As the group returns from their long hiatus, the Chicago market has reacted with a financial ferocity rarely seen in the industry. We are looking at a base ticket price that starts at $263 for the nosebleed sections, where the members look like tiny purple dots. If you want to be in the heart of the action, the average price is currently hovering around $824, with premium floor seats easily breaching the $1,500 mark on secondary markets. This is a massive jump from industry standards, where a typical stadium show might set you back $150. Why is Chicago so expensive? It's the Soldier Field effect. This venue represents the emotional core of the US tour, reminding fans of that rainy 2019 night where the bond between BTS and ARMY was sealed in the mud and the mist. For many, paying $1,000 for a ticket isn't just about the music. It's a desperate grab at a memory they've missed for 4 long years. The economic ripple effect in the Windy City is just as staggering, with hotels near the South Loop area hiking their prices by 300% for the August 27 to 28 weekend. Fans are navigating a landscape where the Arirang tour is treated less like a concert and more like a once-in-a-lifetime historical event. You can feel the tension in the air as pre-sale queues reach hundreds of thousands and the resale bots drive prices into the atmosphere. RM's presence as the philosophical anchor of the group makes this stop feel like a homecoming, but it's a homecoming with a very steep price tag. As you stand in the shadow of the stadium, listening to the echoes of the city, you have to ask yourself, is the price of a dream worth the sacrifice of a month's salary? Chicago is only at number 8, yet it's already setting a standard of luxury and demand that is redefining the global music economy. If this is how the journey begins, can you even imagine the financial storm waiting for us in the cities ahead? Get your wallets ready, because the purple ocean is rising and it's taking everything with it. Number 7. The Cowboys' Purple Kingdom, Arlington's massive AT&T Stadium. Deep in the heart of Texas, where everything is famously bigger, the 2026 BTS Arirang World Tour is making a stop that has left fans' bank accounts reeling in shock. Welcome to Arlington, the home of the Dallas Cowboys and the legendary AT&T Stadium, a venue so massive it feels like a city of its own. But the size of the stadium isn't the only thing that's Texas-sized this year. The ticket prices have surged into a territory that defies all logic. As we hit the mid-August heat of 2026, the demand for the August 15th and 16th shows has turned the secondary market into a digital Wild West. While base tickets were theoretically available at a starting price of $245 for the highest seats in the rafters, where you're basically watching the show on the world's largest hanging video board, the reality for most fans is much grimmer. For those desperate to be on the floor, near the 360-degree stage, where they can catch a glimpse of V's signature smirks or Jungkook's high-energy choreography, prices are averaging a staggering $950 for standard floor access. If you're looking at the ultimate VIP packages, which include the historic 2026 soundcheck and exclusive merchandise, you're looking at price tags exceeding $3,200 on resale sites like SeatGeek and StubHub. Why is Arlington so punishing on the wallet? It's because this stadium is a destination for the entire southern United States and northern Mexico. Fans are flying in from every surrounding state, creating a perfect storm of limited supply and infinite demand. The atmosphere here is electric, but heavy with the weight of financial sacrifice. You can see it in the eyes of the armies gathering outside the stadium, tears of joy for the reunion mixed with the quiet reflection on the shifts they worked to afford this moment. AT&T Stadium is known as Jerry World, but for 2 nights in August, it belongs entirely to the Purple Ocean. The scale of the production here is mind-blowing, with the 160-foot wide screen displaying every bead of sweat in high definition, making every dollar spent feel like a ticket to another dimension. This stop is a testament to the group's global power. They aren't just filling a football stadium, they are commanding the economic pulse of an entire region. As the Texas sun sets and the purple lights take over, the question remains, is a single night of magic worth the price of a used car? In Arlington, the answer for thousands of fans is a resounding yes, even as the industry watches in disbelief at the sheer scale of the spending. We are moving up the list, and if Texas is this intense, you won't believe the numbers coming out of our next coastal destination. Are you prepared for the price of legends? Number 6. The Magic Kingdom's Purple Spell, Orlando's Tropical Camping World Stadium. As we head south to the land of theme parks and eternal sunshine, Orlando, Florida, emerges as a financial titan in the 2026 tour landscape. This isn't just a concert, it's a collision of the world's biggest music fandom and one of the world's most expensive tourist destinations, creating a price surge that has left even seasoned travel agents breathless. Camping World Stadium is known for hosting legendary bowl games, but on the 12th of May 2026, it becomes the epicenter of a purple tropical storm. The Orlando factor is a unique beast. Because the city is built for tourism, hotels and flights are already at a premium. But the arrival of BTS has pushed those costs into another stratosphere. We are seeing base tickets for the upper deck starting at $289, while the mid-tier Purple Zone seats are fetching a staggering $980 on secondary platforms. If you want to experience the bangtan magic from the VIP pit, be prepared to part with upwards of $3,800. Why is Orlando so outrageously expensive compared to other cities? It's the sheer lack of competition in the Southeast. For fans across Florida, Georgia, and the Caribbean, this is the only chance to see the full 7-member lineup without flying across the country. The atmosphere in Orlando is thick with more than just Florida humidity. It's thick with the anticipation of a reunion that feels like a fairy tale come true. Fans are lining up outside the stadium days in advance, draped in purple ponchos to brave the sudden tropical downpours, their light sticks glowing against the backdrop of palm trees and neon lights. The reflection here is deep. Many fans in this region haven't seen the group since the Love Yourself era, making this a spiritual pilgrimage. The emotional stakes are high, and the local economy knows it. Small businesses are selling Bora High-themed orange juice and Sunshine-themed merch, while Disney area hotels have reported 95% occupancy specifically due to the concert dates. It's a surreal experience where the happiest place on earth has been momentarily relocated to a stadium parking lot. The cost of admission here is more than just a ticket. It's the price of a memory in a city that specializes in making dreams come true, but at a cost that rivals a week-long luxury cruise. As the music starts and the fireworks illuminate the Orlando sky, the high price tag begins to feel like a distant memory compared to the reality of seeing Jin, RM, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook together again. But don't let the Florida sun blind you. The numbers are only going up from here. If Orlando is making your wallet sweat, wait until you see what the West Coast has in store for us. Are you ready to see how much a golden moment really costs? Number 5. The Desert's Purple Oasis, Las Vegas High-Stakes Allegiant Stadium. When you think of Las Vegas, you think of high stakes, flashing neon, and the kind of luxury that feels almost unreal. But in May 2026, the real jackpot isn't found on a slot machine. It's found inside the silver and black masterpiece known as Allegiant Stadium. As BTS descends upon the desert for their multi-night residency on May 23rd, 24th, and 27th, the city has quite literally turned purple, but the price of admission to this Borahai city is enough to make even a high roller pause. We are witnessing a financial phenomenon where the get-in price for a seat in the highest rafters starts at a cold $210, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Because Las Vegas is a global destination, the demand is artificially inflated by travelers from every corner of the planet, pushing the average mid-tier ticket to a staggering $1,050. If you're eyeing the premium floor sections where you can practically count the sequins on Jimin's jacket, resale prices are already breaching the $4,500 mark. Why is Vegas so punishingly expensive? It's because the city treats a BTS concert like a city-wide festival. Hotels along the Strip are bundling concert tickets with purple suites for 5-figure sums. And the Bellagio fountains are choreographed to dynamite, while fans outside are checking their banking apps with trembling hands. There's a profound emotional reflection here. For many, this isn't just a concert, it's a redemption arc after the years of waiting. The atmosphere in the desert is a mix of shimmering heat and cool purple light. A surreal landscape where the group's Arirang message of resilience meets the ultimate playground of excess. You see fans who have saved for 3 years just for this one night, standing in line at the pop-up stores where even a hoodie costs more than a standard concert ticket elsewhere. The reflection of the stadium's glass exterior against the desert sunset creates an almost spiritual glow, but the reality inside is a high-octane production that justifies every cent of the industry-shattering prices. In Vegas, the group isn't just performing. They are reigning over a kingdom of their own making, where the music is the only currency that matters, even if it costs a fortune to hold it. As the bass from Butter shakes the stadium floor, you realize that in this city of illusions, the only thing real is the bond between the 7 men on stage and the sea of light sticks in the stands. But if you think the desert heat is intense, wait until we head to the northeast, where the numbers take another terrifying leap. Can you handle the price of the Purple Empire as we break into the top 4? Number 4. The Concrete Jungle's Purple Heart, New Jersey's legendary MetLife Stadium. If you thought the desert was intense, welcome to the financial battlefield of the tri-state area. Just a stone's throw from the neon lights of Manhattan MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford stands as a monument to global superstardom. But for the BTS 2026 tour, it has become a symbol of the cost of greatness. On June 5th and 6th, 2026, this massive venue will host what is being called the most expensive concert event in the history of the Northeast. Here, the industry standard hasn't just been exceeded, it's been pulverized. Base tickets for the furthest seats in the nosebleed sections are starting at an eye-watering $315, a price that would normally buy you a front-row seat for any other A-list artist. But for ARMY, the get-in price is just the beginning. The mid-level seats, which offer a decent view of the stage's massive LED screens, are averaging around $1,150, while the coveted gold VIP floor spots are consistently selling on the secondary market for $5,200. Why is the New York-New Jersey stop so brutal? It's the sheer density of the population, combined with the Broadway effect in this part of the world. Entertainment is a high-priced commodity, and everyone wants a piece of the history BTS is making. The reflection here is deeply emotional. MetLife was where the group famously stood in 2019, looking out at a sea of purple during the Speak Yourself tour, and the 2026 return feels like a triumphant victory lap after years of uncertainty. The atmosphere is electric, charged with the fast-paced energy of New York, where fans are balancing the high cost of living with their devotion to the 7 members. You see it in the subway stations, crowded with people in purple hoodies, the conversations in local cafes about Tier 1 pricing, and the sheer determination of fans who have taken on extra shifts just to witness Spring Day live one more time. The facts are clear. The economic impact of these 2 nights is expected to rival a Super Bowl, with local businesses and hotels hiking prices to unprecedented levels. It's a surreal experience standing in the shadow of the stadium, knowing that the ticket in your hand is worth more than a luxury watch. Yet the feeling of unity in the crowd makes the financial burden feel lighter. As J-Hope's energy radiates from the stage and the New York skyline glitters in the distance, the high price becomes a footnote in a story about human connection and the power of music to bridge any gap. But stay alert, because as we move into the top 3, the numbers are about to transition from expensive to absolutely legendary. Are you ready for the final stretch of this financial roller coaster? Number 3. The Silicon Valley Gold Rush, Santa Clara's elite Stanford Stadium. Moving to the heart of global innovation and extreme wealth, the San Francisco Bay Area becomes a high-stakes arena where the BTS 2026 tour transforms into a symbol of ultimate status. Stanford Stadium, nestled in the prestigious grounds of one of the world's top universities, isn't just a concert venue on May 16th, 17th, and 19th, it's a battlefield of digital speed and deep pockets. In this region, where tech billionaires and software engineers define the economy, the ticket prices have skyrocketed to a level that feels almost surreal, even for the luxury industry. We are looking at a get-in price that starts at a staggering $335 just for a seat in the farthest corner of the bleachers. The average ticket price in Santa Clara has settled at an unbelievable $814, making it one of the most expensive average costs of the entire tour. If you are chasing the dream of the VIP experience, where you can see the fire in Suga's eyes during his intense rap verses, be prepared to pay upwards of $3,500 on the secondary market. This stop is deeply associated with Suga, August D, whose raw, grounded energy perfectly contrasts with the polished, high-tech sheen of Silicon Valley. There's a poetic irony here. A group that started from nothing is now commanding the attention and the bank accounts of the world's wealthiest zip codes. The atmosphere in Palo Alto is a unique blend of academic prestige and purple-tinted chaos. You see fans arriving in Teslas draped in BTS banners, while local hotels already expensive have doubled their rates to $600 a night for a standard room. The emotional reflection is intense. For many fans in the Bay Area, this concert is a milestone of the after times, a celebration of surviving the long wait with the music that kept them going. The density of wealth in the region means that dynamic pricing algorithms have gone into overdrive, pushing prices higher with every click. As you sit in the open-air stadium, the cool Northern California breeze carrying the scent of eucalyptus and the roar of thousands of voices, the financial weight of the ticket begins to dissolve into the music. It's a moment where the digital world of the Valley meets the analog soul of a live performance. And for 3 nights, the only code that matters is the fanchant echoing through the hills. But even with these numbers, we haven't reached the peak yet. If the tech capital is this expensive, what happens when we reach the global capital of entertainment? Are you ready for the final 2 cities that have redefined the meaning of priceless? Number 2. The Hollywood Stars' purple glow, Los Angeles' iconic Rose Bowl Stadium. Welcome to the City of Angels, the place where dreams are manufactured and, in 2026, where the BTS Arirang World Tour becomes a literal cultural phenomenon. This isn't just another tour stop, it's a return to the legendary Rose Bowl in Pasadena, a venue that has become synonymous with the group's historical rise in the West. But for the 2026 dates, on May 2nd, 3rd and 5th, the price of admission to this holy ground for ARMY has surpassed every logical boundary of the music industry. We are looking at a market where cheap seats in the distant curves of the bowl are starting at a jaw-dropping $410. If you want a clear view of the stage from the lower bowl, the prices are averaging a massive $1,450, while the floor, specifically the purple carpet VIP section, is seeing resale figures that range from $6,000 to an astronomical $8,500. Why is Los Angeles so punishingly expensive? It's because LA is the group's second home. This is where the industry elite, Hollywood celebrities, and global influencers converge, driving demand to a point where tickets are treated like rare fine art rather than concert passes. The emotional weight of the Rose Bowl is heavy. It's the site where Jimin once looked up at the stars and promised fans they would always be together. In 2026, that promise is being fulfilled, but the financial sacrifice for fans is real and intense. The atmosphere in Pasadena is a fever dream of purple banners, luxury pop-up shops on Rodeo Drive, and a city-wide energy that feels like the Oscars and the Super Bowl combined. You see fans who have traveled from across Asia and Europe just for the LA experience, their tears reflecting the California sunset as they hold light sticks that cost a week's groceries. The reflection here is profound. LA represents the group's global dominance, a place where their artistry is validated by the sheer scale of the production. The local economy is feeling the BTS effect in full force, with short-term rentals in Pasadena being booked out a year in advance at 500% markups. As the first notes of Microcosmos echo through the canyon, the high price tag feels like a tribute to the journey the group and the fans have taken together. It's a moment of pure, expensive, and beautiful magic. But even the glitz of Hollywood can't top our #1 spot. Are you ready for the final destination, where the prices aren't just high, they're record-breaking? Number 1. The Global Power's Purple Coronation, Baltimore's unreachable M&T Bank Stadium. We have reached the summit of our financial mountain, and it brings us to a location that many might find surprising. Yet it stands as the absolute peak of ticket price insanity for the BTS 2026 Arirang World Tour. Welcome to Baltimore, Maryland, the gritty, soulful gateway to the nation's capital. On August 10th and 11th, 2026, M&T Bank Stadium isn't just hosting a concert. It is hosting a global diplomatic event that has seen ticket prices shatter every existing industry ceiling. Because of its immediate proximity to Washington, D.C., this stop has become the power choice for the political elite, international diplomats, and the wealthiest families of the Mid-Atlantic corridor. The data is nothing short of terrifying for the average fan. The get-in price, the absolute cheapest ticket available for the very last row of the upper deck, started at a jaw-dropping $824. To put that in perspective, that is nearly 4 times the starting price of most other stadium shows in the US, and exceeds the total cost of a VIP package for most other A-list artists. If you are looking for the Borch Gold Floor experience, or a spot near the extended stage where the 7 members perform their most intimate ballads, secondary market prices have been spotted peaking at a legendary $12,500 per seat. Why did Baltimore become the most expensive city on the list? It's the capital supply squeeze. With only 2 dates serving the entire DC, Virginia, and Maryland area, and a significant portion of the stadium's luxury suites being snatched up by corporate entities and government-adjacent high rollers, the remaining tickets for the public became the most contested digital real estate on the planet. The atmosphere in Baltimore is one of high-stakes intensity, a mix of the city's historic harbor charm and the futuristic glow of the Purple Ocean. There is a deep emotional reflection here. Seeing BTS perform just miles away from the White House, where they once stood as symbols of youth and hope, feels like the ultimate coronation of their journey. Fans in the DMV area have been saving for years, and the stories of sacrifice are everywhere, from students selling their cars to families treating this as their one and only vacation for the decade. The reflection of the stadium's purple lights against the Baltimore skyline serves as a reminder that BTS is no longer just a band. They are a global institution whose presence commands the same economic and social weight as a world summit. As the final notes of the show fade into the Maryland night, the staggering cost of the tickets becomes a symbol of the incomparable value of this 7-man brotherhood. This is the pinnacle, the record breaker, and the definitive proof that in 2026, the world of music has a new gold standard. You've seen the numbers, you've felt the hype, and now you know the cost of the legend.